Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel, and today we are doing the reaction video. Yeah, reaction video are back. I've not done it in a while, and of course it is made by Danny Fuel. After this video is by them, so go ahead and check out if you want to. They make actual fantastic content, but today we are doing every type of F1 driving style explain. So what I want from this is me trying to think what my lava shower is like, and what do you think my lava shower is similar to, and which lava shower you guys prefer, and I prefer which one is the best. That is what we're looking for today. So let's get into it and enjoy the video. So here we go.
Everyone talks about it.
But the audio should be fine anyway, so there shouldn't be any problem.
What is it really?
So we've obviously got Max Verstappen, who's of course
Is it the key to a world title?
one
Or
of the
just the
most
excuses
iconic
drivers use when
driving
they're
style that made them into the world champion. Daniel Ricciardo
Let's
always
break it
does
down.
bomb, and I think he does the Understeer
Back in
type
the
of
early
thing,
days of
isn't he?
Formula One, nobody
So,
sat around
let's
in
have a look.
team meetings debating driving styles. Cars were difficult enough to keep on the road. Heavy steering, unreliable brakes, narrow tyres. Simply finishing a race was already a challenge. But as technology evolved, engineers and analysts began to notice something. Even when two drivers had the same
Report
car,
here. We all know I'm not very close up with technology. This is why I got this book. I'll show you Twitch. I got this book. Right. This book, I'm gonna make sure you can see it. This book, how to build a car. Obviously, it's not the same thing, but this is the engineer side of thing. This way is by Aidan Newman. We're not perfectly side by him. No. I got this for my birthday, I believe so. My mum bought me for my birthday, and I try to read it, but my logic in my head with all the engineering stuff, it's not that good. So I'm will perfectly try to challenge myself to read this, but at some point in the future, to renew it is absolute inspiration in the Formula One world and motorsport tactically. So that is something that you might like to read if you want to, if you're into this type of engineering side. This is the book my personal recommend to you to read. But let's get back into
their
it.
lap times and tyre usage could vary significantly. The difference wasn't only talent,
Just
but the
hold
way
in.
each driver controlled the car.
Till
Their
I
approach
make
to
my head
braking, steering, and applying
break.
throttle.
But
That's
it's
when the
just-
concept
I'm not
of
very
driving
clever.
style started to take shape. It became clear
I know
that
how
every
to
driver had a
drive, but I
natural
just
way
don't
of
know the
attracting
engineering
performance.
side. So
Some
I
went
like
for
to
smooth and
learn
precise,
a
focusing
lot
on
of new things.
consistency
Don't
and
know.
tyre
So
life.
that's
Others favoured
what I
a
don't
more
mind doing
aggressive and
anymore.
direct approach,
Yeah.
braking late, rotating the car sharply, and relying on instinct to catch any slides. Classic examples really show this difference. Prost became known for his smooth and methodical
Adam
inputs,
Prost, okay.
maximising efficiency over a race distance. Senna, on the other hand, was
Stellar.
famous for his aggressive commitment, often pushing the car right to the edge of grip.
And who did that remind you of? Max Verstappen. It's similar to him, I would say, because Max like pushing the car to the edge, doesn't he? He knows the limit. He's gonna try to pushing it, keep pushing it. And that's the thing about F1 driver. I'm gonna talk generally about F1 driver because that's the only sport that I know very well in my head, to be honest. So they like driver like to push to the limit. Stellar, Max Verstappen, they like to push the limit. And when you have Daniel Ricciardo, like dive bombing, Understeer, I think it was Understeer, that was the thing he liked. And Hamilton, and I'm not quite sure what his rather song, like, even though it's my favourite of all time. But the logic, the understanding of this is not so good. So of course, I'm learning this now as I go on. So hopefully we find out more and I'll be able to understand how Larry style was. I want to be able to become better. I want to be a good one. And I'm going to find out whose style am I similar to in tour. Who should let me know in the comment which Larry style I am similar to. God.
Schumi combined aggression with precision,
Schmatter.
building a style around late braking and curb usage, while Button showed how a smoother, tyre-friendly approach could be just as deadly. Today, with advanced telemetry, teams can measure every detail of a driver's input,
Which is no
steering
more to
angle,
what Matt
brake
has
pressure,
similar
throttle
one.
modulation, everything. This data
I don't
confirms what everyone had been noticing for decades. Driving styles aren't just personality quirks, they're real, measurable ways drivers perform. From this analysis, you could see 4 main styles that pretty much cover every driver on the grid. Let's begin with smooth oversteer.
Smooth
At
oversteer,
first glance,
okay.
this style can look calm, maybe even too cautious, as if the driver isn't really pushing. But the lap times tell a different story.
Sergio Perez from pole position. Stroll crosses the line, and he does go pole. 1:47.7.
It's not
That
about
was
forcing
in
the car to do what you
13,
want,
wasn't
but
it?
about guiding it with
Istanbul.
precision,
I think
finding
it
lap
was, I
time
think
without
it was.
wasting energy, making tiny corrections, or burning through the tyres. To really get it though, we need to break down what the name actually means. Oversteer happens when the rear of the car rotates more than the front, making the back want to snap. It's the classic moment when you see a car slide.
Oh
Well,
no,
maybe
that's
not
a
that
bad day
much.
for
And then
Ferrari.
comes the smooth part.
Bapping down door.
Here, the
Carlos
driver doesn't
Sainz.
let that slide get messy. Instead, they manage it gently, keeping the car right on the edge of grip without snapping sideways. Think of it as a whisper, not a shout. Now, how do you make that happen? It's all in the racing line. Imagine it as the path you draw through a corner, and like handwriting, everyone's got their own signature. The U line is flowing. Brake a touch up.
You have your own handwriting. Let's find out what handwriting looks like. I don't think it should. I thought it's trying to do it right now, but if I bring it up, I thought I need to flip the camera, which you will see it. This is my handwriting. It's not 100% good, unfortunately. Still got to improve it. Though it's not like 100% smooth handwriting, so I want to know more about
arc
that.
it round, exit clean.
Right, let's get back into it.
The V line is sharper. Brake late, snap the car at the apex, and launch out.
Braking later. Go back,
Line is
please.
sharper. Brake late,
Sharp.
snap the car
Braking
at the
late,
apex,
snap
and
the car
launch
at the
out.
apex and launch out. So braking later, snap the car and launch out. Interesting.
Of course, reality isn't that simple. No driver sticks to just one shape every lap. Lando, for
No, of
example, is
course
more of a
not.
V-shaped line driver, but his control and ability to adapt to changing conditions make him pretty neutral when it comes to cornering.
Norris round the outside at turn 4, late braking.
That's a huge advantage at tracks like Suzuka or Silverstone, where long, flowing corners reward stability. What does this give them? Better tyre management. By avoiding aggressive slides, drivers keep heat and wear in check, so their performance lasts
I
longer
do
during
wear
a
my
stint.
tyres
But here's
very
the
easily.
downside.
That's
Looking
something I
calm
need to try
can
to get
look
better
timid.
on.
We're not going for fastest.
Why not?
So Lewis will have a free stop at the end.
So you need to let Lewis buy into turn 13.
Valtteri Bottas has just let Lewis Hamilton pass.
That's why
did
Bottas,
not like
despite
that.
being lightning in qualifying, has often been criticised for lacking sharpness in combat.
My word,
Oh,
huge
God.
look. Valtteri Bottas off the road. That is clumsy stuff, but great action for the 30,000.
Which, by the way, is the same
I know.
energy as people who
Just
don't
smart.
subscribe. Don't be that guy. That's worse than spinning in the pit
Go
lane.
ahead. Oh, yeah.
Still, in the
That
bigger
was
picture,
embarrassing.
smooth oversteer remains one of the most effective philosophies in modern F1. Just
Okay.
not quite as much as smooth understeer.
Smooth
See,
understeer.
oversteer is
I
when
don't
the
want
rear
it to
wants to
differ.
swing out. Understeer is the opposite problem.
I'm looking, fronts everywhere, something's wrong.
It's when you
So,
turn the
oversteer is where you go, the back hand go the other way. So, I know they're going to example there, but when you go forward, the corner on the right side, you go that way. Oversteer, where you snap the opposite of the corner. Understeer, you can't move, it goes forward, continue. Is that way it is? Let's
the
find
wheel,
out.
but the front doesn't respond as much as you want. Some say it doesn't matter, but in reality, understeer is way worse, because when the
Oh,
car
so-
washes wide, you're forced onto the dirty part of the track.
Yeah.
And from there, well, you know what happens.
Oh yeah, that was Albon. I think it was Albon at the time in 2020. Yeah, Albon. Yeah, it's
In the
Albon.
right
Yeah.
hands, it could feel like a cheat code. Handled properly, it gives stability and traction. Two things every driver dreams of on street circuits where blasting out of tight corners decides everything. Think of Monaco, Singapore, or Baku. And you know who's
Monotone, I have no problem with. I am very good at monotone. Have a look at my Tremo, my team Tremo. Not sure how good he's win at monotone. My team third ever win with not sure in monotone. So how did I got problem with monotone?
Conquered all of them.
Sergio Perez
Check
wins
out,
the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. He wins the Monaco Grand Prix. Streets of Singapore wins the 2022
That's why he's the king of the
Singapore
street.
Grand Prix.
He's the
Against
king
all
of the
odds, my
street.
guy was even able to tame Max. That's how Sergio earned the nickname
Up
King
one
of the
street
Streets.
king,
And the fact
yep.
that he's done it over and over again proves it's no accident. So how does this style actually work? Let's break a corner down again. Smooth understeer drivers usually brake earlier, keeping the car calm and avoiding lockups. Mid-corner, they might look slower because the front doesn't rotate sharply. But on exit, they hit the throttle sooner thanks to a stable rear. And no
Oh, so Smooth understeer the brake early. I tend to brake early, don't I? We need to find out at some point. At some point when I leave this weekend. If this video gets out earlier this weekend, yeah, we can find out if I'm a smooth understeer or
but he
oversteer.
does
That's
that
what I
better
want to know.
than the Mexican.
But I feel like I might be understeer type guys, I like braking early, don't I? That's my thing. I hate lock top that I brake early. That's
Growing up, he
normal
raced
for
on
me.
worn-out second-hand tyres with
I
barely
don't know,
any
I don't
grip.
know.
It forced him to master the art of smooth inputs and precise throttle. On the same spectrum, but in his own way, there's Sir Lewis. Hamilton thrives on the edge. Back in karting, his dad pushed him to brake later and later until it became instinct. And at the top
But
level,
that's
that
his
habit
thing.
turned into his trademark move, trail
That
braking. He dives
Hamilton
in
thing,
deep, hitting
trail
the brakes
braking,
harder
yeah.
and later than almost anyone, then bleeding off pressure as he turns to load the front tyres and rotate the rear. But here's the problem. Trail braking only shines when the car gives confidence, and that's exactly what this generation of ground effect cars took away. The W13 and W14
Yeah.
bounced like crazy with porpoising. The rear would snap loose and they just wouldn't turn in on entry. The very same style that once crowned him as king is now sinking him as a man.
Ah, Lulu. I've always spoke how much I love Lewis Hamilton. I know I don't have it up there, but I call it a 2020 picture of Lewis Hamilton. That one. This picture right there. Absolutely favourite of mine. For the honour to Henry Boschman, who passed away that year, the one who played Black Panther. He was a good friend of his. I was thinking, so I've been trying to get a frame. I've always forget to get it. So I like to personally place it over there where I have my Kobe Bryant, which you have seen many times in any video I do, and I want that up there, just below him or something. Because Hamilton has been my hero ever since I watched his Formula 1 back in the McLaren day when he was in there. I loved them, and even now, studying Ferrari, I still think he is the ghost. I don't take away anything that this season had done to him. I don't take anything away because just because he hasn't managed to win this season with Ferrari or podium, yeah, it's unfortunate, I know, but that's not Lewis's problem or his fault. There's a part of it, yeah, but it's also the car of Ferrari is absolutely crap. Even Charles Leclerc doing the same thing, and he got his podium this season. Coda and Hamilton Grand Prix, that was his third podium of the season. I always forget, and Hamilton got a win in China spread. So can we take that away from him now? I'm trying to think back at this time with Oversteer, they got disqualified. Try to remember that. So Hamilton's still the best in the world. He's still better than Michael Schumacher. Yeah, controversial opinion, but that's my opinion. He is better than Michael Schumacher, and no one to change my mind. Simple as it is.
Well, it's so
Just saying.
frustrating. It was so late in the corner as the load had.
I'm just useless.
No,
just
Louis,
Where have we
you're not
seen this
useless,
movie
mate.
before?
You're not useless. Active Oversteer. I take that, the first one. Daniel Ricciardo, Honey Badger, a prince that never became a king. That's Daniel Ricciardo.
The honey badger. What
But
can
that
I
is
even say?
Oversteer,
Since his smile
that
left
tip,
the grid,
Oversteer.
something's been missing. And I mean, everyone remembers his struggles at McLaren and V-Car.
Yeah. And it's
Do you
still
remember
one of my favourite
why? The
drivers.
answer is simple. Lack of adaptation.
going to touch, and Sonoda in the Alpha Tauri.
Ricciardo succeeded when the car let him attack.
Covers it off, but he can't cover it off totally. Ricciardo somehow finds a gap there.
When it didn't,
I
his
missed
whole
that
style
name.
collapsed.
Oh,
Because
didn't
Daniel
miss
is
that
the
name.
definition of an aggressive oversteer driver. Imagine this
Massive
driving style as a
oversteer.
teenager who just discovered energy drinks. It's loud, it's reckless, just like Verstappen.
Stop at that energy.
Right back to second place, or does it?
Like Verstappen, okay.
Nearly dropping the car.
But wait,
Max
don't watch
Verstappen
sorry,
went
Max
all in to
Verstappen then.
take P2.
And when it works, pure spectacle. Here, the driver forces it. They hurl the car into the corner, brake later than what common sense allows, and count on the rear stepping out
So
to
Max-
help them pivot.
Wow.
Instead of flowing you
Wow, hold on a second. He'd adapted the situation that he. So therefore, Matt is all four things, all four of them. Active, oversteer, active, understeer, smooth understeer, smooth and oversteer. All four of them. My son, that mattered, isn't it? It adapted every single one of them, doesn't he?
lines.
Oh,
These guys
I can't
live
argue
on
with
the
that one.
sharp
It Max
V.
Verstappen.
Slam the brakes,
A
snap the
brilliant
car at the
talent.
apex, and punch the throttle like it owes them money.
So low, and it's still to. Listen to that! That Matt.
It's messy, but when controlled, it's lightning. This is the style that shines in qualifying. One lap, maximum commitment, zero margin for error. And there's one person that shows up in your mind when you think about poles.
I am stupid. Stupid.
That's right, Mr. Percival
Charles
Leclerc. Watch him
Leclerc.
around Baku or Monaco and you'll see it
So
instantly.
he
He
likes
dives
to
in,
oversteer.
flicks the car, and then it's a ballet of micro corrections as the rear tiptoes along the limit. The poles look unreal, until sometimes the wall shows up to say hi.
Miles out.
Yeah, doesn't happen.
Still, there's a ton of drivers that
Happen
like
me
this
sometime.
style. This isn't new.
Normal.
Senna made his legend by throwing cars into corners with ridiculous faith. Schumacher doubled down. Late brakes, huge curb hops. Car dancing, but somehow faster than anyone else. Today, you see that DNA in several drivers, and for a good reason. The highs are insane.
Masterful lap from Max Verstappen. He delivers under pressure.
I love that
Back-to-back pole
commentating. I
positions
mean,
in
love.
Formula One.
Honestly, I know it might be a bit of a far-fetched, but I've always wanted to be a commentator in the future. I want to be a commentator in a motorsport, Formula One, specifically Formula One, because that's the sport that we were, watching and lived into it. That's why I was doing YouTube of commentating on racing, because I want to be a commentator. And I know people judge me because of my speech, and I speak too fast and things like that, which I understand that. But at the same time, do I care if I speak too fast? No. What I do care is about you helping me to improve my commentating, and that's what important to me. You can give me criticism, but make sure it's constructive, so that way I can learn, you know what I mean? So I've always wanted to be one. Ever since I've done YouTube, and I hope I get the opportunity to do it one day. And I know that opportunity is quite far-fetched, but if I keep working hard, I can get that. And of course, David Slotfield is my favourite commentator.
Pole laps,
100%.
dive bombs, onboards, fans replay on loop. However, it does have its lows. Worn tyres,
Yeah, it does.
lost consistency, and the occasional DNF.
You just like violating Charles Leclerc.
Into the barriers at turn 15.
Daily fuel up. You really do like violating Charles Leclerc, don't you?
The red flag.
At the end of the day, it's the gambler's way. The daredevil, if you will. Trade safety for speed, patience for chaos. And sure, it doesn't always win the long game,
I'm
but
not sure
when it
why did you put that in. You know, I'm not my favourite.
hits, it's...
You know what that is? Simply lovely.
Active understeer.
On the
Okay.
other hand, we have understeer. Aggressive understeer sounds like an oxymoron. How can you be aggressive when the car literally doesn't want to turn? Well, that's exactly what makes it
True.
fascinating. Understeer means the front tyres give up first. You crank the wheel,
Oh,
but the
okay.
nose just wants to slide wide. It feels like being a passenger while the car just ignores you. But the aggressive understeer crew, they dive in anyway, trail the brakes deep, and then wrestle the car into submission. And nobody does this better than Fernando Alonso. He spent half his career dragging
Fernando.
uncooperative cars into places they had no right to be. Watch his onboards and you'll see constant micro adjustments, little flicks, little nudges, as if he's whispering, "Vamos, just turn a little bit more." Kevin Magnussen has a completely different approach. Heavy braking, overcommitment, muscling the car around whether it wants to or not. not. Why even bother? Because sometimes this style is the only way to make a bad car drivable. Of course, the price is steep. Consistency vanishes. One lap it works. The next is like turning a shopping trolley with a locked wheel. And it drains the driver too, mentally and
It's true,
physically.
it's true.
Fernando, do you think we should do a new set of inters or wets? New inters or wets?
I think we should go to the garage.
However, this is nothing new.
I remember the time of McLaren Honda, which was when Fernando was in, he hated the car, can't do some play about it, then certainly forced him into retirement, but it's just tar me out with it, you know what I mean? I look toward the tape back later on in 2020. Yeah, 2021 with Alpine. But I've thought Aston Martin 2020 was the best year for Fernando in a while. Podium. And now 2024, fucking trap. 2025, trap. I'm hoping 2026, even though I know he's ready to potentially retire at the end of 2026, only if the car is good. If the car is on the hard, he will retire knowing the car is really good. But if the car is bad, he won't retire. I prefer if the car was good, so I can see Fernando on top of the podium one last time. I will not mind seeing him being a world champion as well. Just saying, Fernando, third world champion, and retire, dip, and get out. Simple as it is.
The
You know what I
names
mean?
dip
That'll be
their toes
amazing.
here. Nigel Mansell back in the day forced
Mansell,
cars into
Mansell.
obedience with
Funny enough, I got a little bit of a mustache and tried to roll into like Nigel Mansell. I'm not even joking, that is actually what I'm trying to do, but unfortunately I don't have anything on my face.
grip. Aggressive understeer is hilarious because
man,
it can look
I mean,
either
honestly,
heroic or hopeless. In one car,
Literally.
Alonso's bending physics to his
Love
will.
it so
The
much.
next looks like he's just barely making it stick. In the end, it completes this
Ooh.
set of driving philosophies. F1 isn't just about who has the best car. It's about how drivers fight their car. Every style reflects a different way of attacking the same problem. How to get a car through a corner as fast as possible. And maybe that's the beauty of it.
Down the inside on Nico Hulkenberg. Ocon might lose out to Fernando Alonso. Hamilton makes up places ahead of Hulkenberg, ahead of Alonso, and then
Wow.
comes the
All
Some
day,
guide the car gently,
2018.
some muscle it round, and some
don't
send
think
it into
so.
corners with all the subtlety of a wrecking ball.
down the inside goes Daniel Ricciardo. What a
Woo!
move from the
Daddy
Australian.
boy,
He's
daddy
picked up a
boy.
couple of places in one corner.
Whether it's Alonso finessing an ugly but effective style, Lando flexing his versatility, the king of the streets whispering sweet nothings into his tyres' ears, Max snapping the car around the apex, or Button making the cleanest moves possible. There's no one true driving style. If you're a nerd like me and enjoyed watching this video as much as I enjoyed making it, make sure to watch this other interesting video.
Then if you're up 1 to 10, you beat the fat. Honestly, in a way, nobody have the same rubber style, but you have to adapt to it. That's how it always was, isn't it? Because obviously, you shouldn't say Daniel Ricciardo dive bomb down the inside, brilliant. But then you have to change it up to make it work for the next one. Do you know what I mean? So I'm gonna have to really watch it, try and learn again to have to really try to understand everything. No, that's what I want to do. But if I'll be honest, who had the best rather style? In all fairness, Max Verstappen, because he can adapt to every situation. He can do every single four of them of the style in a way that suited to him to help himself to win the race and get the overtake done. Hamilton, prime time in Mercedes, was the only car that no one can beat him apart from Max in 2021, which I can argue was controversial. I've taught Hamilton really those hybrid era, you know, with team at not Spur and we bought that. He trail braking, braking late and all that sort of thing that helped him be the world champion. Fernando Alonso keep that in that car to try and get the win, even the car is a little bit bad. But those times with the Ferrari, McLaren, but I want to see that in Renault. What was it rather style like in Renault? If you know, let me know in the comment for that one. And of course, my rather style. So we've done who do I think had the best one? Max Verstappen, and adaptability is off the chart. That's why he had the best one. The worst type of rather style would be the one that tired and let the car run out. So basically, tire run out so badly that is the active Understeer, because that toward the front and locked up very easily. So that'll be that one, wasn't it? And what's another? I think this, like, yeah, what rather style that I am similar to. To be honest, my adaptability is in that 100%. I am still in that process of learning. I've only just got the steering wheel to the month, no, the, well, it's the summer holiday for everyone with that time in July, I think. So I've only just really started using the steering wheel at the time, and now I'm, into it 100%. And I started using the manual gear now on F1. Been using it at the Tour Star ARI racing, but now I'm using it in F1. I'm a person is say I am much more like early beta, so that would be active understeer. No, smooth understeer. I think it's smooth understeer. I think so. Smooth understeer. So tactically, I would say that more my style. Did I like break it early, let the car roll, and then launch out on the exit? That's how I'm always do. Sometimes I would think. But that's what I've done. Think of talk and let me know the comment. Who do you think had the best one? Who do you think had the worst one? And what do you think my rather style is similar to? So if they stay similar to, I would say Sergio Pella, but he likes doing smooth understeer, so early on the play, fast on the launch, whatever the word is. So that's how I think it is. I think I'm a little bit similar to Sergio Pella. And he's back in Formula 1 next year. Can't wait for that without the Bottas. So, I'll end it now. Let me know the comment of what I've are. And it'll be very interesting to see your opinion. It'll be very interesting for that one. So, don't forget watching, please like and dislike my video. Do my very appreciate it. And peace out.